Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Awesemo.com lineup building show presented by Jock Market. I'm going to build 3 DraftKings lineups today. One chalk stack, one value stack, and one contrarian. It's going to be an interesting week. We probably don't know exactly who's playing with the COVID rules until Sunday, but I'm going to take a stab at it today. All right, let's start with the Rams. With the Rams, right now, Odell Beckham Jr. is unlikely to play, I'd say, but he could definitely be back if he gets a negative test between now and Sunday. But Matthew Stafford, regardless, should be pretty excellent. Cooper Kupp has been phenomenal. The matchup versus Seahawks, they haven't been good offensively, but I feel like that could change if they up their passing percentage, which they might have to do versus the Rams. So I think we could see a shootout here. And the Rams have been excellent. This is in a dome. I think that this one is looking pretty appealing. Higbee probably should be back. So I don't mind going Kupp, Higbee, Kupp Jefferson, Kupp Beckham, but Higbee is the most advantageously priced. And then running it back with someone on the Seahawks. The word is Tyler Lockett is on the COVID list too. So we don't really know if he's going to play or not. That makes it a little bit tricky to really pinpoint who's going to be in our lineup, but DK Metcalf, definitely a great option. If Lockett does miss, he'll be even better. All right, running back. There aren't too many high-priced guys this week. We went kind of expensive at our stack, so maybe let's go with the value pick. Rex Burkhead is out for the Texans. This matchup versus the Jags and Texans should be pretty good for both teams, given that Jags defense is pretty weak. And then between Johnson and Freeman, I think they'll probably split carries, but Johnson will get more of the passing down work. So I think he'll be a decent play at 4,900. Really cheap. That's the main selling point here. And then for the Jets, not a bad matchup versus Miami. Not a great team total, but Michael Carter is back. He's been pretty excellent when he's been healthy. So I don't mind giving him a chance here. And then the chalk defense is the Miami defense, so we are getting a little bit of leverage if we go to Carter. All right. Eagles defense with Tyler Heineke, not sure to play with COVID. Eagles defense is really going to stand out here. Got a decent amount of money, nothing crazy. I could go on the Jacksonville side of this one. I like Marvin Jones with Urban Meyer fired. I don't think it really makes a difference. I already like Jones, but that just makes me feel even more confident in Jones that maybe that'll galvanize the team. And then last play, we got 6,100, so I'm going to throw in DJ Moore with no Christian McCaffrey on the Panthers. It doesn't really matter who's the quarterback. He's just been getting a ton of targets. All right, we got value ranking over 90%, contrarian ranking under 10%, so that is not the best ratio, I'd say. Maybe we can make a pivot to really up our scores here. And let's see, we got. I think the easiest way is probably just putting in a less owned defense. So the Steelers defense, I like versus Titans team that's all banged up. But I got my contrarian ranking up a little bit. And then I have some more money to spend at wide receiver or running back. So I could upgrade, or I could spend up instead of DJ Moore, go with Aaron Jones. A risky play because A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones have been really splitting the work. But that did raise my contrarian score to 30 to 40%. Now, this is all based on our ownership projections on Awesemo.com. This means that we think this lineup's going to be more contrarian than 30 to 40% of lineups in this week's field. All right, lineup 2. Tua Tagovailoa. He's got a great matchup versus the Jets. The rate that the Dolphins pass is really high, and their running back situation is really iffy this week with everyone on the COVID list. Remains to be seen who will even play. So Jalen Waddle is also on the COVID list. He could play, but if he doesn't, Devontae Parker and Sticky, really solid options. Even if he does play, those are going to be great options too. This is not you don't have to run this back, but because the Jets are also cheap, I think it is advantageous to run it back just to keep this script open where Miami throws the ball at a high percentage. Jamison Crowder or Michael Carter seem to be good plays here, but I'll go with Jamison Crowder. He's been benefiting a little bit with Corey Davis and Elijah Moore out. Our running back, we spent down at our stacks, so we can spend up our running back. There aren't too many spend up options with Saquon. He's been getting more targets after Glennon took over. We might see some from this week, but in a situation where it's probably going to be a negative game script, Saquon really stands out as a good play. We got the money to spend up. The spend up option this week is Najee Harris. I mean, I don't feel great about Najee because the Pittsburgh run game is dreadful, but this is a pretty even matchup. So he does get all the workload basically, and that gives him a ton of volatility, basically riding or dying with the Pittsburgh Steelers this week, and they have a good matchup. So defense, let's go. We have a lot of high-owned plays right now. Let's go with one of our sleeper defenses. Let's go with the Houston defense. I think that anytime you got a matchup versus Jags, that's going to make any defense look good, especially that they fired their head coach. So I think that's a pretty smart play. One of the running back sleepers this week is A.J. Dillon. Basically, we're thinking that no one's going to really want to play A.J. Dillon or Aaron Jones, but we know one of them is probably going to get a majority of the work. It might be a hot hand situation, and their combined ownership is pretty low, so I don't mind rolling the dice there. It does leave me in a little bit of an awkward situation at wide receiver at 7,200, so I might have to find one that's not on my list here. Let's see. Not too many spend up options this week. It's kind of an interesting week. All right. Let's just throw in Metcalf and see how this shakes out for the moment. And then maybe I can upgrade one of these guys. This is a little bit tricky. Maybe I have to upgrade my defense, go with the spend up option, go with the Eagles. Don't really want to leave too much money on the board here, so actually maybe I'll lineup a little worse, but you guys can mess around with lineup builder here. All right, Contrarian stack Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers. Now, the 49ers are a run-first team. You definitely want a run back in this one. We don't really know what's going on at running back this week yet, but Deebo Samuel, fantastic option. A little bit lower owned because he's priced up this week. I don't mind going with Deebo and Kittle. You just have to make sure you get some exposure to Atlanta to make this possible to hit. So this is a little bit expensive, but the ownership on Garoppolo and Pitts is pretty low. So maybe we can make this work. One thing you can do, you can get some extra exposure to these guys on Jock Market. Basically, like invest in players. There's like an IPO phase, and you can get these guys like shares of them. So like right now, I have Deebo Samuel in my lineup. He's on my list here, but let's say we have. Let's go with running back. Let's go with Miles Sanders. Most people are going to be like, okay, Jalen Hurts, running quarterback. That's not going to be great for Sanders' fortunes. He's kind of a sleeper play this week in DFS, but on Jock Market, it's all like relative to how much you can get these guys for. So they get paid out between $1 and $25. Right now, we have Miles Sanders expected return at $3.40. That means if you can buy shares of him for less than $3.40, you're going to make a profit over the long run. And you can use the promo code Awesemo to get a free $50 match deposit on Jock Market. Make sure to check them out. All right. Wide receiver, Devontae Parker is a fantastic option this week. He's possibly going to benefit with Jalen Waddle uncertain. And then maybe we go with the spend down option at defense. The Jags defense, Davis Mills, and the Houston offense is very shaky. So that's going to make them look good. Maybe Javonte Williams is someone we want to get some exposure to. He's been he got a lot more of the passing work last week, a little bit less running than Gordon. So kind of risky there, but this is all about risk reward. He's got a big upside. They're a decent favorite versus Cincinnati this week. All right. And then I got 4K left. That's a tricky price point. Let's see if we can find something out on the Lazard, 4K. Maybe I'll spend up on Shepard. I think he's pretty decent this week. And then I just have to flip one of these guys to someone cheaper, going from Miles Sanders to Michael Carter, perhaps. Could do the trick. All right, 30 to 40th percentile Contrarian. This is all about the stack Contrarian value, where at Grapple I'm expecting to be low owned. Value better than 80% of the field, so that's a big plus. Guys, I hope this gives you some idea how to start building for week 15. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the breaking news up to the end of Black Sunday. There's going to be a lot of it. All right, guys, check out Jock Market, promo code Awesemo, and good luck this week.